Actor Ian Ziering, or Ian Ziering, I forget how to say his name, has been cast as, DC superhero Blue Devil in the upcoming Swamp Thing TV show. I'm not sure if his character is going to be like a regular, character in the show, if he's going to be supporting and show up in a few episodes or something. But, the announcement went out yesterday. Now, you may be asking yourself, who is the Blue Devil exactly? Well, the Blue Devil is one of DC's lesser-known superheroes. His real name is Dan Cassidy, and he was a stuntman who was also very good at, like, designing, like, special effects stuff. So he could do both. He could do special effects, make it, but he could also do, like, stunts, like martial arts for movies and TV and stuff. And he had designed, like, this Blue Devil suit for a movie, an exoskeleton with all this cool mechanical stuff in it, and he had a trident that could fire blasts. He built all this. But a demon was accidentally summoned and, cursed him while he had the suit on, and he couldn't get the suit off his body. And so he got this weird mix of, like, mechanical and magical abilities after that curse. And, he became a hero, a reluctant hero called the Blue Devil, who, would, fight, like, a lot of weird magical stuff. Not always that. He joined the Justice League, the Shadow Pact, and different teams. Later on, a demon actually turned him into an actual real devil. So it wasn't him in his suit anymore. He actually was a literal Blue Devil. And that, was kind of the overly simple, origin of the character. And this article gave a synopsis of how his character is described, on the show. And, since he was a stuntman involved in, like, all this Hollywood stuff, that was a continuing, like, aspect of his stories. Like, he was the mystical superhero stuntman who was also a part of Hollywood. So, they're going to incorporate that in the show. Stuntman turned movie star. Daniel Cassidy became semi-famous after playing the demonic Blue Devil. But now, 8 years later, Cassidy finds himself living out his days in frustration, pining for his former fame while on a collision course with destiny. So I'm unsure, based on that description, I don't know if on the show he'll already be the Blue Devil first when we meet him, or if, this show will, like when we first see him debut on the show, he'll just be an actor, and then, wanting to be famous because he used to be famous, and then something happens to him and he becomes the Blue Devil. And it makes sense, I guess. Blue Devil, and I don't think Blue Devil and Swamp Thing have ever had much to do with in the comics, but it actually does make sense that they would cross over, frequently, because they're both, mystical, like, superheroes who, like, encounter the more darker parts of supernatural stuff like demons and magic and stuff. So it does make sense that they would intersect, but I don't think they have in the comics that much. So that's interesting that they would think of doing that in the show. I'm surprised they didn't think of having Blue Devil and Swamp Thing cross over more in the comics. Those two characters, like I said, they have a lot of things in common. And they're both kind of DC's lesser-known characters, although Swamp Thing is more well-known than the Blue Devil. I'll bet most people won't know who the Blue Devil is until they see him pop up on Swamp Thing. I know he appeared, like, in Young Justice and Justice League Unlimited, but, I think those appearances are very small. I don't think, for right now, mostly only comic book fans and readers know who the Blue Devil is. But that'll change, right? That's what all these movies and TV shows do for these characters. They introduce them to a whole new audience. And as for Ian Ziering, you probably know him. He used to be on 90210, and he was in those Sharknado movies. And he's done other stuff too, but those are his most famous, roles. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.